Yep. Good evening, everyone. Yesterday, I given a complete overview on this course, what we are going to learn in this course topics, and I shared the complete course content in online link. So what you do is, if anyone newly in this session today, you please go to Google Classroom app and Google Classroom online you will find an app. In your mobiles also it is present. In this Google Classroom app, you sign in with your account. Actually, for new people I will post this. Yeah, so this is your classroom code. If anyone new today, you please note down this code and join the class. So yeah, and here yesterday we had a demo session of about this course and all. That yesterday's video I am uploading here. Yesterday's video is there on YouTube. You can go through this video link. And yesterday I uploaded course content here. You can open and see the complete course content. This is the complete course content. So what topics you are going to learn in HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, including topics and subtopics, what are present as topics, everything we given here. So all these you are going to learn. And in this React.js, you will learn with both JavaScript and TypeScript. Everything will be there. These are all the topics. In backend, what you are going to learn. In front end, what topics you are going to learn. Databases and everything. So these are all the concepts we are going to learn in this course. Everything I uploaded into this classroom, you can check, right? Yesterday, you people joined, everyone checked it, checked the course content. If anyone new is there, you can please note down and get this. Huh? So from today onwards, yesterday I explained only course content. So, and today onwards, we will start technically, practically understanding with this content. So what is our course actually is? So UI full stack with React. This is our course. Now in this course, what we are going to learn, as I explained, today we will technically try to understand. What I told you is about different types of applications we are going to build. Two applications we are going to build. What are those? We are going to build web applications and we are going to build distributed application. That means our course is about these two type of applications. We will build web applications and distributed applications. So we are going to learn two types of applications with the technologies in this course. So we will start with web application. Later you will learn about distributed application. First, our complete concentration will be what kind of application? Web application. So you are going to learn web development. So you should know what is web and how this web is going to work. That means web related features and all we are going to see now. Let's see. So the first concept today you need to know is what is a network. So the first thing you need to understand is what is network, because you are going to learn web development. When you are going to learn web development, first you should know what is web. Tell me with your general knowledge, what is web according to you? How you call web as? You heard the word web, websites, web applications, right? What is web according to you? Huh? That is network. So, is internet and web same? Not same. So, what is web? What is network? We will see that. Because you are going to develop applications for web, then first you should know what is web, right? Let's see. First, what is network? For that you have a answer. Already you told just now, like what is network? Actually, a group of computers connecting with each other, a group of computers connecting each other for sharing of information and resources. What is a computer network? A computer network is some group of computers connecting with each other for sharing information and resources. That means they are connected via Wi-Fi or wire, so they can share information. That means we can share information and resources also. Resources means what? Suppose a office with 10-15 members working on computer. For every person, there is a computer. Now, all of them need to take a printout. Then for every machine, you put a printer, or is one printer enough for all of them? We can put one printer. It can be shared by all of them. They can print from their place. That means we are sharing information and we are sharing resources. So network is a group of computers connecting with each other for sharing of information and resources. Actually, ARPANET is the first computer network, introduced by United States Department of Defense. These people developed the first computer network called ARPANET. So it is Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. So Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. That is the first computer network introduced by United States Department of Defense. These people developed the first computer network. So a network means some computers are connected with each other so that they can share information and they can share resources. Then another question is, what is internet? What is internet? So internet, actually, computer networks are classified into several types depending on range and capacity. I hope you people heard LAN, MAN, WAN, like local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network. Actually, internet internet is a wide area network. It is a wide area network that connects computers all over the world. Internet is a wide area network that connects computers all over the world. That is actually the concept of internet. Originally, this internet concept was introduced by CERN. CERN Labs introduced internet. They developed this concept called internet. CERN is actually Council for European Research and Nuclear. Nuclear. It is Council for European Research and Nuclear. These people developed the concept of internet. Internet is developed by these people. So internet was introduced by a community called CERN, Council for European Research and Nuclear. CERN is very popular. Do you know people like uh, Dennis Rich, Ken Thompson, who invented languages called C programming, and even Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. These all people came from here. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, all these people are the products of CERN only. They all came from the CERN laboratories, Council for European. Now it is called as American Labs. So this is the community who developed the concept of internet. Internet they developed. But we have a problem with internet. The problem with internet is anybody can access information from anywhere. There is no restriction. That means you can access information from anywhere. There is no limit. That was a problem. It was not highly secured because my information can be accessed by anyone. So internet doesn't have security. Anyone can access information from any place. That is the reason what happened is, so uh, Tim Berners-Lee, Tim Berners-Lee, Tim Berners-Lee introduced actually, yeah, Tim Berners-Lee introduced the concept. He developed, Tim Berners-Lee introduced the concept of web in early 1990. He developed the concept of web. Tim Berners-Lee, he is very popular. You know, HTML is a language invented by Tim Berners-Lee. He developed the language called Tim Berners-Lee, and we call him father of web. He invented the concept of web. Now the point is, what is this web? Now the question is, what is web? And what is internet? What is difference between web and internet? So remember, you are going to learn web development. When you try to attend various interviews, then Generally, what interviewer will do is for freshers or experienced people, they will first try to understand how much he knows about a concept architecturally. Architecturally means you say that I learned web development and we ask what is web. You don't know. That's like a joke. That means you are saying I am learning web development, but I don't know what is meant by web. They will ask which version of web you learned. Many people even don't know that web have a version. Many people don't know. For example, if anybody is learning web designing, so HTML or Java or something, ask him which version of web you are currently using. Many people don't have idea of that. Interviewers will concentrate on such concepts and they will tell you that without knowing this, how you call yourself as web developer. You don't know in which version of web currently you are working and you say that I know web development. That's not correct. That is the reason these small concepts are very important to know. You should know about them. So technically, who developed the concept of web? Tim Berners-Lee. What is web? What is the concept of web is very simple. Actually, web is a portion of internet with restricted access. Web is a portion of internet with restricted access. How you define web? Web is a portion of internet with restricted access. What does this means? So let's see one concept here. What does this means? I will show you. For example, here, suppose I'm looking at here, you see, suppose we have, yeah, suppose we are having some network. Let's say I'm defining some countries here. Suppose we have like India and US and UK, like this we have. All these are connected with each other. All they are connected with each other. They can connect with each other and this will form, usually this will form internet. Internet. That means all countries are connected with each other. So that is internet. But what you should know is every country have its own web. Every country have its own web. Its own web. Every country have its own web. That is what we are learning. No? That is what we are discussing. No? So what is the concept of web is internet, all are connected with each other. But every country have its own web. Who maintains this web? Under whose control it is? Usually that country government. That country government have control on that web. Actually, do you know, for example, I will give one example. You may be thinking like on internet, you can see anything, you can do anything. But no, you can't do anything. On internet, whatever you are doing and whatever you can see, that is controlled by Indian government. In India, Indian government. Do you know, for example, I will give one example. Suppose just 2-3 months back, BBC channel, they made a documentary on our Indian Prime Minister. On our Prime Minister, they made one documentary, which was lot of controversial. That documentary is uploaded in the UK broadcasting YouTube channel. In YouTube channel of BBC, that video is there. Even today it is there. You can open YouTube, go to BBC channel, and you can see that there is a video on Prime Minister of India. You click on that video, then immediately it will show on screen, this is not accessible to your country. That means on screen, it will say this video is not accessible to your country. I thought that on internet, I can see everything. No, you cannot see everything. That means your country government will decide what you have to see. And they even know what you are watching. They even know with whom you are chatting. They even know whom you are sending messages on Facebook, on WhatsApp, or any other messaging apps. Whatever message you sent, it is scrutinized by Government of India. If any suspicious messages are happening, they will track down and they will give to the intelligence department that will catch the person who is sending the message. It is completely under control. Don't think that what you are sending to anybody, nobody knows about it. So that means it is completely under control, restricted. For example, I will tell you another point. Suppose regularly what you do. Suppose you see, I will tell you another concept. Suppose we have maps. Yes. Suppose we are having maps. This is Google Maps. In Google Maps, this is Google Maps. In Google Maps, I'm searching for Andaman Nicobar Islands. I'm searching for Andaman Nicobar Islands. You see, this is the Andaman Nicobar Islands on Google Maps. Generally, when I open, you can see that I can see on map. When I'm zooming, I can get more details. Am I right? But observe carefully. In this island is not accessible to everybody. This island is not accessible to everybody because it is protected by Government of India, because these here world's very primitive tribes are present. Here normal people also cannot go. It is completely under Indian Navy control. Even nobody can see what is there. Nobody can go there. Only some registered professionals can visit yearly once or twice. So to check the medical issues in their particular tribes. Nobody can enter, nobody can see it also. Nobody can see. I thought that in Google Maps I can see anything. No, you cannot see anything. Your government will decide what you can see, what you cannot see. Restriction. Internet is not having any restriction, but web is having restriction. Internet means computers connected without restriction. Anybody can access. Web means with restriction. Who can access, what he can see, how much he can see, everything is under control. Do you know Google Maps in India different? Google Maps in US different. Do you know Netflix in India different? Netflix in US different. Do you know all this? What do you think? Netflix means Netflix same for entire world? No. Netflix India different, Netflix US different. Why? Because according to US laws, some movies are legally watched there, which are illegal in our country, according to our government laws. Then those movies are not accessible in Netflix. For Netflix, your content is different. That means, do you know US people cry on Indian people because they say that your Netflix you will get for 99 rupees only per month. For them, they have to pay $30-40. They say that for you, just only 90 rupees per month you are getting a Netflix. But do you know Netflix for US is different, UK is different, India is different. According to their laws, they maintain. So Netflix is not an internet application. It is what kind of application? Web. That means who can watch, how much they can watch, we can control. Do you know in that they have even parental controls also? That means your kid is watching, then what he can watch, how much he can watch, you can control. That is about web. This restriction is called web. Internet is very huge. Inside internet, we have a portion of internet. That portion of internet is called web. So what is meant by web development? What is a web application? Web application means an application on internet with restricted access. That means who can access, what he can access, how much he can access, everything we can control. Do you know, even according to payment also they give access. Do you know, for example, you pay 99 rupees, they will give Netflix and they will give you one device you can watch. Right? If you pay 199 rupees, they will say you can watch on 4 devices. And do you know, if you pay 600 rupees, they will say you can watch 4K videos, 4K quality, otherwise not available. Means you want more, you have to pay more. That means restricted even in the content quality also. Content quality also. That means, do you know YouTube Premium is there? When you buy YouTube Premium, you will not get any advertisements free. No advertisements. You can watch only what you do. Gmail Premium is there. You can get emails without any spam. You have to buy email. That means web is different. What is the concept of web? It is a portion of internet with what? Restricted access. Who developed this concept? Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee introduced web. He developed web. And after that, Tim Berners-Lee developed it. So web is maintained by a community. It is maintained by a community W3C. These people are maintaining web. Web, actually we say web standards. Web standards are maintained by a community W3C. You have w3.org. That is their official website. These are the people who are developing and maintaining W3C. This is World Wide Web Consortium. World Wide Web Consortium. These people maintain the standards of web. These people sets the rules for web. These people set the rule for web. That means rules, I will tell you, so many rules are there. We have to follow the rules. That means what is the rules? What are the rules for this web? I will show. We will learn about them. So step by step, there are so many points about it. Actually, see, visit this website. This is the website w3.org. This is the website. This is World Wide Web Consortium. World Wide Web Consortium. These people maintains the standards of web. Web standards are maintained by these people. Now the question is, you see, web principles, accessibility, internationalization, privacy and security, everything these people maintain. There are so many things you don't need to know about them now. Later you will learn about them. I will tell you one point. What are web rules? I will tell you. So, do you have laptops? You have laptops and PCs. Have you seen your keyboards? In keyboards, number J key have a small dot knob. Can you tell why? You have mobile phones, not touch screens, keypad mobiles. In that number 8 key have a small knob embossed. Have you observed? Have you seen that? Can you tell why? On computer keyboards also, number J key have a small dot, I think here. A J key will have a small dot. This is the J key. J key will have a small dot, right? What is that? Do you know about it? And if you don't know about it, why they given? Because they don't care whether you know or not, but according to rules, they have to give. They don't care you know or not, right? For example, you purchased a product, food product. Suppose you purchased a chocolate. Do you know on that chocolate how many calories, how many proteins, everything is mentioned. Have you ever gone through them? According to that, you purchased anything? No, just chocolate. Then why they have written all that? Because according to the standards of Food Corporation of India, because it is sold in India. Food Corporation of India, according to the Food Corporation in India, on every food product, they have to mention what ingredients they are having and how much they affect. That is the rule. That is the rule. According to that rule, they design a product and give it to you. And website also same. You are designing a website for, you are designing a website for a company. Simply like that. No, there are so many rules. If you don't follow the rule, that website will be blocked. On internet, that website will be blocked because it is not developed according to the rules. And it is considered as a spam. Spam means it will go into dustbin. Spam is dustbin of internet. That means nobody can see your website. Even you have a website. Why? Because you built it without any rules. If you don't follow the rules, your website is not considered. Remember, rules means even how many colors you should use, what font style you should use, how much font size you have to use. Everything matters. Everything matters. That is the difference between you as a web developer and school kids. Do you know we are learning HTML? In CBSE syllabus, 5th class, CBSE syllabus have HTML. That means in CBSE syllabus, 5th class student knows HTML. You are learning now. That means he and you both are equal. That means MNCs and companies can take the 10th class, 5th class student in a company. But he knows technology same as you. He may know better than you also. Right? They cannot take because they have to follow. Remember, those people learn just technology to know about it. But we are learning the technology to build for real time. Do you know few years back, not few years, just even now also, one people came on into market. So who is that people? They came with a concept saying that your kid can build apps on TV everywhere. The advertisements came. What is it? White Hat Junior. Have you seen a? Your kid can build apps. They came with that slogan. Immediately, Supreme Court of India banned that advertisement. Why? Because that is nonsense. A kid cannot build apps. They are misguiding people. And they put a case on them. Why? Because a kid can never build an app. They put a case on them. And do you know now they changed their advertisement? Your kid can code. They changed the advertisement. Have you seen? See that advertisement. Few years back, your kid can build apps. Now, court has banned that advertisement. They will say that your kid can code. Why a kid cannot build apps? So seriously, a software engineer will laugh on that advertisement. If a kid can build apps, then what I am doing then? If kid can build an app, what I will do then? That's completely nonsense and misguiding people. So that is the reason they complained on Supreme Court of India saying that how a kid can build app. This is misguiding people. It's not possible. That is the reason they have to change the advertisement. They say that they can code, they cannot build app. Do you know, very recently also, government of India has given one order. You may not know about it. Several people online and internet everywhere, they claim that job guarantee course. You know, very recently government of India banned it. They say that no institute, no organization can give this assurance. They should not give, otherwise they will be in jail. No job guarantee course, that is illegal. Illegal, that is, that means you are misguiding people, because you cannot provide job. You can assist for job. That is the reason these days everybody changed their advertisement, job assistance, not job guarantee. Guarantee jail. If you put guarantee, guarantee jail. That is a cyber crime. Court have ordered it. That means these are misguiding people. That means you are learning a technology not just to know about it. You are learning a technology to implement it for real environment. Then it should be with a lot of rules. Those all rules are mentioned by these people. These people mention how a website should be. According to these people's rules, we have to build a website. We have to follow the rules. Even so many rules are there. I told you now that why J key is present. Do you know why J key is present with a knob? That is center in brain lipi. That means people who have visual problems, they can also use that keyboard with that J reference. That means that is called accessibility. Do you know, you are watching OTT channels, Amazon Prime or Netflix? In the Amazon Prime, Netflix like videos, have you seen the videos have subtitles? Have you seen? Okay. Another point, have you seen audio options? In audio options, what will be there? Multiple languages will be there. Have you seen there is an option called audio with description? See today, there will be an option called audio with description. Audio with description means that is nothing but people who cannot see. People who cannot see, they can listen to movie. That means generally what happens in, you can see the movie. When you can see the movie, what happens is you can see that two people are walking on road and they got into a car. That you can see. But in audio with description, listen today, audio with description, it will tell clearly that they are walking on road and they sat in the car, and beside the car several other vehicles are passing by. It will narrate it. That means people who cannot see, they can even listen to the movie and know about the movie. Why Netflix and Prime, all these people are giving that? Because according to the laws of web accessibility, a website must be easily accessible and its content must be easily accessible to people who are visually challenged, and we have to build according to that. That is the reason they given that option, audio with description. If you don't know about them, they don't care about you. That means they are not worried about whether you know or not, but according to rules, they have to give. They have to design. That means website development is not simply like writing some code and output. It has a lot of standards to follow. The course, learning course is about knowing the standards also, not just blindly building a page. That is what school and colleges teach you. In school and colleges, when you learn HTML, they teach you designing a page. But here you are going to not learn that. You are going to learn how to build for real environment. Then you have to know a lot of rules. The school knowledge of HTML, college knowledge of HTML is not enough here. We need more to know to build real time. If you don't follow the rules, your site will be rejected. So, and they have to face a lot of legal issues, people who maintain that site. That is the reason we have to know about the standards and rules. And these are maintained by which community? Making the web work. These people are making the web work. W3C. These people are doing it. And what they do is every few months, they add some new technologies. And they will say that you can try these technologies. These are safe. That means they will say that these languages are safe, you can use. These technologies are safe, you can use. Do you know software technologies, millions of software are there. If millions of software are there, why you are learning only HTML, only CSS, only JavaScript, only React JS or Angular? That means in entire software industry, only 4 or 5 are there for web development. No, there are millions of software, but they are all not legally verified. They are not according to the standards. That's the reason we don't prefer them. We don't prefer them. We use only the tools which are recommended by which community? W3C. According to them, we use. That is the reason every few days, every few months, they add some new technologies, tools, and they will say that you can try them. And when they add some new technologies, they release a new version. Like that, current version of web is, current web version is, current version is, current version is web 3. Web 3 is the current web version. If anybody asked you in any interview, like which version of web you learned, right? Which version of web you learned? So that is web 3 version. Currently, we are in which generation of web? We are in the web 3 generation. Web 3 generation. So actually web 1, web 2, web 3. So from past 4, 5 years, we are in the third generation of web. We are in the 3 generation of web. In future, it may change. It may get into 4, 5 like versions also. So the point is, what is web and what is the concept of web? I hope everyone understood. So you are developing web application. That means a web application have restriction. That is the reason you will see login, register like options. If you don't log in, only few details are given. If you log in, more details are given. You pay, more details are given. You pay more money, more access is given. That is all about changing your restrictions. That is the concept of web application. That means a simple point is a web application have restricted access. A web application have restricted access. However, it runs on internet. It runs on internet, but it is restricted in access. That is the concept. That is the reason, do you know, on internet, there are so many things which you can never see. You can never see. People, you might have heard, people call it dark web. You know, dark web, heard about it, huh? Right? So that is hackers and all these people have, they illegally access the dark web. On the dark web, lot of illegal content is present, which is not legal. And if anybody see that you are accessing dark web and you got access to it, you immediately you will be in jail. You will be in jail. So that means the point here is there is so much on internet which you don't know and you never know about it. You can't even access it. Right? But there is lot of things. You will see only few things on internet. Several things you are not given access. And you can't go there also. But there are some ways to go there. But if you went there, you should be very cautious. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. Right? That is the reason these are all complicated concepts. So when we develop websites, we have to follow all these basic rules. Right? So now this is the concept of web. I hope everyone is clear. You understood all the three things? Network, internet, and what? Web. Now we will see how the web application works. We are going to build what kind of applications? Web applications. So we will see how the web application works. Web application architecture. We will see how the web application works. Web application architecture. This is important. How the concept of web works and how the web application is going to work. Web application architecture. We will see how it is going to work. Let's see. We will take one example. That means we will take one small example. What is the web application architecture? Suppose you see, I am using some Google. Okay. In this Google, I am searching for something. I am searching for some concept on Google. I opened Google and I am searching for HTML and I got some results. Now the first question is, from where this all information is coming? So that means you are opening Google, you are typing something like HTML. Now the question is, from where all this information is coming? Where is it present? So you are watching a lot of information. Where it is present? Actually, all the information that you are currently watching, here, that information is present. That information is present in one computer. That information is present in one computer. This computer is called as, it is known as data center. It is called as data center. That means all the information is coming from a computer. That computer is called data center. Data center is a computer where all the information is present. Actually, suppose Google, Amazon, Flipkart, Microsoft, all these people's data center is present in Dublin. Dublin is in Ireland. In Dublin, Ireland, all these data centers are present. Different companies. Majority all are present in Dublin only. Twitter, Facebook, everybody, Microsoft, everyone. Huge data centers and some data center, how it looks like, I will show you. Data center is a computer. So how it looks like, let me show you. For example, I will show you how the data center looks like. Some YouTube is there. Okay. On YouTube, you can watch here Google Data Center. I will show you Google Data Center original video, how it looks like. Actually, this is the Google Data Center original video. And I will show here, this is the original video. Let me play from the beginning. Yeah. You can see that this is the Google Data Center. You can see the video. You can see this is the building. And this building, actually, you see how huge it is. Okay, you can see this is the huge building. And this building is not Google Office, it is computer. It is not office, it is computer. We call this as data farms. Data farms means some thousands of acres spread. Thousands of acres spread. And you see, this is the data center, how it looks like. This is the data center, how it looks like. You see, this is the data center. These are their fans. You have a CPU fan, right? Those are their fans. And inside the data center, how it looks like, I will show you. Let's see. Yeah. That means inside the data center, you can see this is inside the data center. Yeah, you can see inside the data center. This is how it looks like inside. Actually, inside the data center, we have a lot of, yeah. You see, it looks like this. Do you know what are all these? In this every rack, hard disks are present. Millions of hard disks. That means millions of terabytes of information. This is actually their data center. This is the official Google. You see, this is their cables, data cables, and this is the official video of Google. Do you know in your hard disk also it will be like this? It's a huge data center. And the several companies, do you know Microsoft, all these people, their data centers are present inside sea. Inside sea, they put data center. Why they are present in Dublin, Ireland? Because that is the only geolocation in all over the world where 365 days same temperature will be there, and it will have same kind of cooling, because computers need lot of air condition, because they generate lot of heat. 365 days same temperature is present, and it is ideal for computers, data centers. That is the reason all data centers are present there. That means these are called servers, or technically we call them as data center. Data center, it is a huge computer. Data is present like this, and several data centers are undersea also. uh, Microsoft Microsoft undersea data center, underwater data center. You see, Microsoft people have underwater data center. You see, underwater data center, official Microsoft video is present. You can see that. This is Microsoft underwater data center. This is Microsoft official. This is the Microsoft data center, and this data center is underwater. To maintain the pressure, to maintain the heat, that data centers are kept inside sea. Inside sea, they are inside, submerged into the sea. They are present inside sea. And remember, all the information of Microsoft is present in that containers. They are in the containers. Information is in their containers. It is present like this. These are very complex things. That means all the data is coming from which place? All the data is coming from one place. What is it? Data center. In data center, how data is stored? Actually, inside data center, data is kept by in a software. In the data center, data is kept in a software called, we call that software as database. In data center, data is present in a software called database. And what are the popular database softwares? Database softwares we have like MongoDB, we have like Oracle, we have like MySQL, we have like SQL Server. Like this, so many databases will be there. These are different database softwares. Different database softwares. That means data is present in data center. Data center is a computer. In data center, data is maintained through a software. That software is called as what? Database. Database is different. Data center is different. Database is a software. Data center is a hardware. It is physical. Data center is a container like, right? And database is a software. In the database, data is kept. It is accessible through this database. And we have so many database softwares. We have database softwares. Okay. Now data is present here. How it will come to us? That means we want to watch the data. That means how the data comes to us, how it will come to us. What is the concept? That means suppose here you may be using a PC, or you may be using a mobile. You may be using a mobile, or you may be using a watch. That means you may be using a small watch like. That means you have a small watch like that means you have lot of points. That means you are watching on a watch or on a mobile, anywhere you are accessing that information. For example, you have a PC, so you have a mobile and you have a watch. That means you have a PC or laptop. I'm just giving roughly PC, laptop, tabs, mobiles, am I right? That means you are using some mobile or tab, mobile, mobile or tab like devices, or you are using like some smart watches, some smart watches like this you are using. Now the question here is, suppose Google have to send weather forecast to you. You are watching smartwatches, mobiles, right? You know, majority of your smartwatches use an operating system called, not operating system, a software which will maintain your watch, update your watch. That is called Wear OS. You know Wear OS? No? Almost other than Apple phones, all Android phones use a software called Wear OS. Apple phones have Apple OS, other smart use Wear OS. Samsung or Fossil or some other watches, smart watches, they use Wear OS. Wear OS belongs to Google. It belongs to Google. That means now the point is you have to watch weather forecast. On your laptop, you can see your city weather. On your mobile, you can see your city weather. On your watch also, you can see the weather. How it is possible? How it is coming everywhere? How that information is coming? Let's see how it comes. Actually, what happens now is there will be another computer. There will be another computer. There will be another computer. You heard about data center. There will be another computer. This computer is called, application center. It is called application center. You have a data center and we have application center. Google people have data center in Dublin. Their application center is in California, right? That means in one country, one computer, another country, another computer. That means their data centers are in one country and their application centers are in another country. And do you know what happens here? In this application center, actually, in this application center, they build one application. In this application center, they build one application. They build one application. In this center, we will have an application. They build one application here. Application is nothing but just like an app, you can say. They build an app. This app actually contains three layers. It contains three layers. So we call it as UI layer and we call as business layer, and we call as data layer. So we have three basic layers actually. We have UI layer, business layer, and data layer. The app comprises of these three layers, UI, business, and data layer, like this. Okay. Now, actually, these are the three basic layers present inside the app. UI layer and business layer. What is these layers, job, and how they work, I will tell you. Now, what happens is through this application, what we can do is we can communicate with the database and we can access the data from the database. We can access the data from the database that you can do by using this application. That means we will have an application in application center and that application will communicate with the backend data centers. It will get the data from the data centers. And to design this application, we use the softwares like, these are designed by using like JSP, PHP, ASP. So like we have ASPX. There are so many server side technologies like Node.js. All these are used to build this app. by using Java, .NET, PHP, Python like technologies. These are all the technologies. These are all their technology related concepts. JSP belongs to Java, PHP, and ASP belongs to VB. This is ASP.NET. This is Node.js. There are so many. By using these server-side technologies, what they do is they communicate with the data. That means these are responsible for connecting with the database, get the data from the database. But remember, all the data transportation happens in the form of binary code 010101. Then what happens is that binary data, it should be whatever data comes, that data need to be converted. That data need to be converted in such a way that everybody can understand. What a laptop uses as operating system. Laptop uses Windows, Linux, or Mac like operating systems, right? And mobile uses Android, iOS like operating systems. Watches use, just like I told you, Apple and Wear OS like operating system. Now, the point here is how everyone can understand this data. So to make the data understandable to everyone, we will use one process. We call it as, we use a process called API. We use a process called API, Application Programming Interface. API, that is actually Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. Remember, this is your first day of learning. Don't expect too much in this beginning level. Even if I tell you can't understand, I am just giving outline. I am not going in depth about the concept, because about data center, lot of things are there to learn. About application, lot of things are there. About API, it will take 5-6 days to know about API. What is API? It's a very big concept. I am just giving an idea to you, right? Now, what this application programming interface will do is, whatever data comes here, that means, remember, this will convert the data in a format which is easily understandable to everyone. And that format is actually called XML and JSON. XML and JSON. This is the format of data. That means extensible markup language, JavaScript object notation. This is the format of data understandable to every device. That means whatever you are seeing on screen, it is actually in that format. It is in the format of XML, it is a language, and JSON, JavaScript object notation. Data, whatever comes through the application, the data is converted into which format? XML and JSON. And this data is provided to all of them. A PC can access it, a mobile can access it, and a smartwatch can access it. But one important problem is, if data is coming in XML form, here one important concept, let's see. If data is coming in XML form or JSON form, how you can understand? I will show you one example. Let's see. I will show one small example. Suppose weather. How you see the weather on your screen? How you see the weather on your screen? You will see sun symbol, moon symbol, cloud symbols, rain falling. Am I right? That is how you see. Actually, suppose in Google, I will search for weather like this. And you see like this weather comes. Like this it comes. That means Monday how much, Tuesday how much, currently how much, everything is coming like a diagram, icons and all. Do you want to see how the data is present for this? Do you want to see how the information actually present? How the information actually present? Let's see how the information actually present. Actually, this data is coming from, so open weather API. This is coming from like this. This is weather API. This is the weather API. And in the weather API, actually the information is present in this format. The information is present in this format. The information is present in this format. The data is given like this. Can you understand anything? Can you understand anything? You can't understand anything. That means now what your developers will do? Your developers are going to get this information and they will present you like this. That means they will get that information, they present like this. That means whatever you are seeing on Amazon, Flipkart, or Google, or any website in the world, the information is coming like this. The information is present in that form. In that, there may be some image, city names, and everything. Some photos also can be there. For example, I will show another one. Let's say, suppose you want to build an app for a college or school, and the app is related to science and technology. Suppose you want to build some app related to science and technology or space. Then, do you know NASA people tell that if you are a developer and you are interested in building apps related to space, science, technology, whatever information you need, we will give you free. That means now NASA says that if you want to educate the world about space, whatever you need information, we will give. Let's see, they have a website called api.nasa.gov. This is NASA API website, official NASA API website. This is not for scientists. This is for software developers. This is not for scientists and this is not for general people. This is only for software developers. The objective of this site is to make NASA data accessible to application developers. Okay, do you want to see how their data looks like? Let's see how they provide data. Let's browse APIs. In the APIs, you see they give a lot of things. Astronomy picture of day, asteroids, and Mars photos. Okay, I will go to Mars photos and you see they given a simple link. I click on this link and you will get all the Mars data. You can see this is the Mars data. And the data that you are currently watching, this data is in the format of JSON, JavaScript object notation. Now, do you know in this data, there is a photo. I will copy this photo URL. I will paste in a separate page. You see, there is a photo in that data. There is a photo in that data. Now, if I give you data like this, you can't understand anything. This is not for you. Then what our developer have to do? He need to create a good presentation. All the photos side by side. He need to arrange and he need to put a caption. This photo taken here. This photo is this. This photo is that. All that information is present. You see, camera, which camera they taken, what is the camera full name, which rover took the photo, on which date it took the photo, everything will be there. Everything will be there. But this, if I give to general people, they can't understand anything. Then we have to create a good interface and provide them. That means now what happens is this information is presented on laptop or mobile or watch in a good user interface. And for that, actually, here we use the technologies. What are the technologies we use for this? We use the technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, we have SAS, so we have JavaScript, we have like what? jQuery, we have like Angular, we have like React. I am giving complete list actually. We have like Vue. So we have so many such concepts which we use in this front. That means by using these, this data is presented in an understandable format for user. That means you see a picture and its description beside. That is done by using these all concepts. Now, important here is what is this area? That means this is the entire area This is the entire area where your data and application is present. Now, we call this entire area, actually, let me mark this entire area. Yeah, this is the entire area. Here, application and data, everything is present. This is the entire area. And actually, this is called as, we generally call this as, what is this called as? This complete area is called as back end. We call it as back end. This is back end. That is the concept of back end. This complete is back end. This is back end. The database, data center, everything is back end. And this part is called as what? We call this part as front end. We call this as front end. That is the back end and front end here. This we call as front end. The front end. We call it as front end. This is the front end and back end. And this is actually the complete scenario of a web application. That means this is the web application. I will upload this into the classroom. Into the classroom, this diagram I will upload to you, right? So I given a classroom code now, there I will upload this. You can get it from there. So a web application works like this. So I hope everyone understood. So where the data is present? In data center. In data center, in which software? Database software. How the data comes? Through application center. Application center have an application. It is designed by using Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Node.js and all. We communicate with it, get the data and convert it into which format? XML and JSON by using a concept called as what? APIs. And this information is provided to the clients. And how that is presented to client? By using various concepts, HTML. And why we need them, you are going to learn. What is the role of HTML? What is the role of CSS? What is the role of Bootstrap SaaS? We will learn the role and responsibilities of them. So now the point is, few years back, this backend and front end developers are separate. That means we have separate developers, backend developers separate, front end developers separate. Now companies are not interested in them. 100% there are no jobs for them. Currently, we don't have jobs for backend specialist or a front end specialist separately. We are looking for people who have knowledge of both. Earlier, backend people separate. They don't know much front end. They will say that I am a Java developer, .NET developer, PHP developer, Python developer, but I don't know proper HTML, CSS. These days, we cannot have such people, because now we are expecting that a developer should have knowledge of complete end-to-end. He should know both front end as well as back end. Remember, he have to know both, but he will be working with only one. That means you will not get a chance to work with both at a time. Why? Because projects are very huge. It will take years of time to build an app, and in that hundreds of teams will be there. You will be in any one area, either in the back end or in the front end. You learned, and people select you as a full stack developer. Full stack developer means a person who have knowledge of both front end as well as back end. But he will not work in both places. Very rarely that will happen. He will be working in only one. When they interview you, and they will find that you are doing good in your front end, you are very perfect, then they will put you in front end role. They will see that you are very good in your back end, then they will put you in back end role. They will not give you a chance of both working anywhere. It's not possible also. Why? Because you can't do all the work. So that means many times people say that I done a project. That is a silly thing. How you can do a project? You cannot do any project. You can only work in a project in a certain area. You cannot do a project. That means either you will be in UI layer or business layer or data layer, or you can be in another. That means you cannot say that I done this project. You should say that I worked on this project. You cannot say I done this project. You cannot do a project. You have to work on a project. In that project, every job is not yours. You have to do only certain things, right? Now we will start with this front end. Now we are going to start with this front end. In the front end, first what we are going to deal with HTML. I hope you understood the complete scenario, right? Now we will start practically working. All these days, yesterday and today, given a theoretical overview about the concept. Now we will practically start. Practically means how to install, what to install, why we have to install everything, how to set up the computer for starting web development practically. That we will see in next session. Tomorrow we will do that. I hope everyone is clear, right? So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start the practical. And tomorrow, what I show in class, you can start practically doing that in your computer. Which software you need to install, why you should install, all that information I will tell you. What capacity of computers you need to install, set up everything I will show. Then practically when you set up all that, then we can start designing websites. For that, we will start with a language HTML. Tomorrow is our first practical approach. Tomorrow we will start the practical. I hope all these topics are understandable to you, right? You follow the Google Classroom. There I will upload these notes. Whatever I given in Notepad and all, everything I will upload into that Google Classroom. You can check it from there. Okay, right? Then tomorrow we will continue. Tomorrow we will start practical approach. Okay, right? Thank you. Yes, Nabil, what is your doubt? Yes, Nabil. Yes, Sadvika.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yes.
So basically, you mentioned that generally the Google or Microsoft has the application and the data center in
Ha,
different
ha,
countries,
ha,
right? So
ha.
what is the reason for them to put them in different? They can have both the things in one country.
What do you just now I told you geolocations may not be suitable for certain type of maintenance, right? You need an air condition and
Okay.
you need to maintain that. And everybody cannot move to Dublin, Ireland, right? They cannot move the complete business to there. Right? I hope you are working in any office. You cannot say that why in one branch some people, another branch some people, all can be in one place, sit and do work. Am I right?
Yeah, get it.
Right? There is
So in
certain restrictions based on their areas and their type of work they do on it, right? You
yeah,
cannot say that why you need so many branches, all can sit in one place and work, right?
yeah,
Right.
get
And
it.
uh, right.
Yeah. So in total, how many demo classes do we have?
This is 1, 2, 3 demos will be there after this continue to the regular sessions. There is nothing like demo separate and regular separate. This will continue to regular, right?
So if we wanted to start the course, like to pay everything,
Already
so
we started the course. So only
like
the point is some people will come listen and go after 3, 4 days and others will continue by registering in this course.
so how do we do that registration part
Our
and all?
admin will send a message to you. He will contact with you for that registration work. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Yes, Nabil. Anand. Yes, what is your doubt?
Sir, what is the class timing and
5:15 to 6:45.
how many days in weekend? In week?
Weekly days, Monday to Saturday. During demos, no Saturday.
Okay.
5 months.
Okay, sir.
Uh, okay, then in tomorrow session, we will continue. Thank you, everyone.